Hi, my name is Caitlin and welcome to my channel. I had my son Wyatt in April 2018. I have put together a list of newborn must-haves. When I was pregnant, I watched so many of these videos. A lot of the things mentioned were either something that I bought and didn't use or just things that were just not required. So I put together my own list. The first thing I'm going to mention is a sleep sack. When we were in the hospital, the nurses, they had swaddled Wyatt and put him to bed and he did fine. When we got home, I tried to swaddle Wyatt and he wasn't into it. So we found these. They're just little sleep sacks. So we put him in his little onesie and then we stuck him in here. It's just a zipper down the front and his arms were still kind of like this, but they weren't like too tight, like he can move. And then he started to like stick his like fingers outside of the top. It's just called Swaddle Me. He wore these until he grew out of them. And the thing that I really liked about this one is it zipped also from the bottom and you can open it up, and then so you don't have to take it all off to change his diaper in the middle of the night. You just unzip the bottom piece, like I would fold it up, and then I could just change his diaper. So what he typically wore inside of these at night is one of these. So this one was my second newborn must-have. It is just a little onesie that has buttons down the front and then across here. These made it extremely easy to dress him when he was little, because I didn't like putting things over his head and sticking his arms through like that, because it just stressed me out, and it was easy for Kai to do as well. So you just undo the 3 buttons there, and then the buttons across, they just completely undid, so you can just kind of put it on. So these were what he would wear inside of the little sleep sack. So that was a complete newborn must-have, and I liked these little onesies. They came in little 3-packs. So here was one of the other ones. I can't find the other one. We love them so much that we went out and I found another pack. These ones are 6 to 9 months. 2 to 3 months was when he started to wear them. And this one just says Bears Hugs Wild. It came in a 3-pack with some stripes, and then just a plain one that has a little stained up, but it has a little teddy bear there. And these were my favorite. My next newborn must-have is bibs that clip and not Velcro, because the Velcro, even when you stick it in the wash, they stick to other clothes and they like pull on it and ruin it. We got these ones. They are the Aiden and Anai bibs, and they clip up here. And then the other bibs that he still uses today, and I have about 20 or more of these little bibs, are the Copper Pearl. These ones, they clip twice in the back, and they're just like little bandana bibs, and they are my absolute favorite. The next thing I'm going to mention is receiving blankets. A lot of people said like you don't need receiving blankets, but I use these like crazy. I use them for spit up, I use them for drool, I use them to put over Wyatt in the summertime if I didn't want to bring a blanket and he was in like a shorts outfit. I don't leave the house without one of these. They come everywhere with me. They're just like the perfect, they are just perfect. This was one that we used all the time, and this one is by the brand Cushy's Baby. Cushy's Baby. This one is probably one of my favorite receiving blankets because I just love the little print that's all over it. But we have just tons of receiving blankets. They are definitely a necessity. The one thing I found that receiving blankets didn't work for, they work, but I found something I liked better, was for breastfeeding, because the receiving blanket, if you've ever breastfed in public, it's a struggle. So this one is a little bit bigger than the Gerber ones, but I would always just stick it over my shoulder and then feed him on the side which shoulder it's on. But I found that when in public, like this would work, but it's not big enough, especially when he started to move his arm and he's pulling, and then like this just I found didn't work. So what I liked better for breastfeeding is the Copper Pearl swaddles. They have like a more stretch material to them, and they're massive and they're very breathable. Like those ones are cotton and these ones are more like they have like a more cool feeling to them. I don't know, that they're part spandex, I know that for sure. But this one is just like, it's massive. I found this one worked way better, and I still breastfeed with this one in public, or if someone's over and I just don't want to be out and exposed. Like this one has, and I use this on the plane too. So this one I stuck over my shoulder, and then see, like it doesn't come off. Like it's like I'm pulling, and it just works way nicer. So I just hold him with this arm, and then there's like a lot that can drape over, and it's cool and it's light. And I found in the summertime I just felt like he wasn't, I didn't want to like put him in a sauna when I'm feeding him, but I wanted to just cover myself. So this is the best blanket, I think, for that. My next thing is a change pad. I wanted a change pad. The standard one is like a change pad and you get like the cover for it, kind of like a sheet. But I wanted something that if I accidentally got his poo on or if he peed on, doesn't have to go in the wash. I could just wipe it up. So the change pad that I ended up getting is this one. And it's the Kikaroo change pad. This thing is amazing. I love this. It looks pretty on his dresser, and if you got anything on it, you just wipe it up and then sanitize and clean it, and then you're good to go. You don't have to throw anything into the wash. Another thing is for bath time. This is my first baby, and so I don't know what kind of water, like how hot the water needs to be. I obviously, if I felt it, I could feel that this is the temperature I would think. I didn't want to think, I wanted to know. So the bathtub that I ended up getting is it's the 4Moms one. So you press on and it lights up, and then the water is falling on there. It tells you if the water is too hot, too cold, or just right. And I liked this because I could just turn the water on, make sure that it didn't get too hot, and then but it's constantly flowing. That's the one thing I didn't like about it, because I felt like bath time was very loud, where I wanted to be kind of more relaxed. But for a first time mom, this was my lifesaver. The water falls onto the thermometer, it fills this little pool right here, and then it overflows into the baby where the baby's laying. And then there's like little, I don't know if you can see right here, the water then goes out that way, so it's like a constant flow of water. So I would just flip this upside down in the tub and let it dry. And then to go with bath time, another one of my must-haves, which a lot of my friends said, you don't need to get baby towels, you don't need to get baby cloths, it's okay, you can just use your own, and that they just found they're a waste. However, I did not feel that way. I felt like, because sometimes I'll use, like, I have certain cloths that I would wipe down the bathroom counter and clean with cleaner, and I don't want to wash these and then use these on my baby. So I wanted Wyatt to have his own cloths, and I still use his own bath towels. So my next must have is baby bath towel and baby bath cloths. I got him these little hooded towels, and they came in a 2-pack, and he still uses these. I always want something that's soft, and this one, Kitty Comfort, I like it. And I like that it has a gray and white pattern. I'm very into grays, whites, black, glass, metal. Like, I'm a very non-color person, but I feel like when I had Wyatt, I kind of got a little bit more adventurous. I wouldn't say very adventurous, but I got more adventurous with color. These ones are also the Kitty Comfort brand, and these came in like a 15-pack or something. I got 2 of them, they were on sale. So I feel like 2 is too much. I got these ones as a gift, and these ones I really like. They're the Piccolo Bambino. So one of my coworkers gave these to me as a gift, and she said that these were one of her must-haves, and I would definitely think they're very nice. So once Wyatt outgrew the baby bathtub, he was pretty chunky early on, and I would say at 3 months is when he outgrew the bathtub. And when we went home to visit my family, he was 3 months old. And so when I was home at my mom's house, I would just fold a washcloth up and put it under his head, because I didn't want to put his head down onto the bathtub, because my mom has a cast iron bathtub, so I wanted like a little bit of cushion. And then when I came home, I just continued on with this, and I would just fold the cloth in half, fold it in half again, and then I just lay this right under his head. So I'll just lay him in the bathtub, and that is what he is still doing, and it works, and that's what I use these ones for. My next must-have is a nose Frida. So what you do is you stick this end in the baby's nose, this end in your mouth, and you suck all of the baby's boogie snot out. I could see how much is coming out. You can clean it. This piece just pops off. There's like a little sponge filter that goes into the little hole, and then you close it and you can clean this tube out, and it's perfect. And the filters you can replace. I have a replacement pack, but I feel like you can't use this one by itself. The thing you need to use with it is this. This one is a HydroSense Baby Nasal Care, and it's just like saline water, and it comes in rows, like they're 5 together, and you just rip off one little vial. You twist the top, and then you can just like squirt it into the baby's nose. And what I do is I use half for one nostril, suck everything out, use the other half of this for the other nostril, and then suck the rest out. works perfect. This is my second box. So this is one of my regrets to show one of my must-haves. So this one is the Frida Baby nail clippers. So they have that little hole on the top, and then they kind of look like that on the side, so that you can, so when you're going to clip the baby's nails, you look through that hole, and then so you stick the nail through and you can see it. But I find that you can't clip the baby's nails short enough with these, and I clipped Wyatt's skin on his finger trying to use these one time, and I said, never ever again am I using these nail clippers. So when I went home to visit my mom, I forgot Wyatt's nail clippers, and I wanted to get some. So I got this little pack at Dollarama, out of all places to buy baby stuff, but I bought this at Dollarama. It came with a brush, a little comb, a pair of scissors, and then some nail files. And then it also came with just little basic baby nail clippers. And these are the best nail clippers I've used on Wyatt. And I love them. They just regular old nail clippers. You don't need anything fancy for nail clippers. I thought I needed the high-tech nail clippers that were 20 bucks. This whole kit came together for like $2. Best nail clippers. So nail clippers are a must-have because your baby will scratch its face. Another must-have if you're going to breastfeed is lanolin. I was in a lot of pain in the first week. And so Kai went out and he bought me the lanolin. I put this on right after feeding. I put this on right before the shower because the water hitting my nipples in the shower like killed. Put this on before the shower, put this on after the shower, put this on after feeding Wyatt. This is what saved me. I would say lanolin, if you're gonna breastfeed, is a must have. Another thing is Wyatt was super sensitive to pretty much everything. He has very sensitive, fair skin. The ones that worked were the Pampers Sensitive. So I would suggest, I'm no expert, but I would suggest not stocking up on wipes in case your baby is sensitive to them. So these are the ones that we got, the Pampers Sensitive, only thing that worked. For nighttime, another must-have is the baby bassinet, this one right here. This one is the Halo bassinet, and it swivels, and this part, I never really used it, but it can push down. I don't really know how you do it. And then I didn't use any of the functions on the front. There's a nightlight, it vibrates, it plays music, and I think that's everything that it did. I would have bought the more basic one because I didn't use any of the functions on it. I just put them in there and it worked. I did prefer to co-sleep with Wyatt, so this was kind of just if I wanted a better night's sleep. Another thing for nighttime is I used the little Grow Egg. It looks like this, and there's a little button on the bottom, you push it, it turns on. I don't have it plugged in right now, the plug is in my room. It shows the temperature on there, and then this whole top piece right here will either shine yellow if it's too cold, orange if it's just right, and red if it's too hot. So this we used every single night. We wanted to make sure the room was right because we live in Calgary, which is very, very, very hot in the summertime, and our room was typically too warm. So we had to buy a portable air conditioning unit, but it was a requirement at night. I can suffer in the heat and just toss and turn, but I didn't want to do that to Wyatt. So this, along with a portable air conditioner, was a must-have. Another thing is nightlight. I had my eye set on this nightlight that I was going to use in our room, but then we got a humidifier, which was another thing that I was told you really, really need. But this humidifier has a nightlight function, which we did use. So this is the one that we got. It's called the Baby Move. This will change all different colors. My favorite color was the light blue. There's red, yellow, green, pink, I think purple, but I used like the light blue color because I just felt like it made my room the lightest. But at night, when you have a baby in your bed, you want to make sure you can see them. Like, I don't want to open my eyes and it be dark and then me have to grab my phone. I just want to make sure that I open my eyes, he's okay, close my eyes, go back to bed. So a nightlight is a must-have, but this doubled as a nightlight and a humidifier. Another thing, a must-have for me, was my nursing pillow. I tried to use it for nursing in the beginning, but I didn't really use it for nursing purposes because I more just like would hold my arm up and let Wyatt's head sit here. But this is the nursing pillow we got. It's a Nook. So I use this for everything. I would just lay him on here and take his little pictures, and he just liked to hang out and sit. So I didn't have to hold him. I could just sit him there and we're hanging out. My husband likes to use this. It's just the most comfortable pillow ever. Another must-have, which a lot of people said is not a necessity, but we still use it, is his diaper pail. It's right there. It's the Ubi diaper pail, and I liked it because this one you can buy the bags to put in it, but you can just use a regular garbage bag. Another thing I really liked was the Ergo baby carrier. I got the multi-way use. I only ever wore him on the front, but this one you can wear on the back and the side, which I wanted the one that can use all the functions in case I wanted them. I didn't want to be limited. I only ever really wore him on the front, and I think this was a must-have for going for walks. To when I traveled home with Wyatt, I just took this. I didn't take a stroller, didn't take a car seat, I didn't take anything. I carried him in this and got there. My mom borrowed a car seat for when I was home. A rock and play, that's another must-have. I don't have it here with me. He used it when he was first little, and then he kind of went through a phase where he didn't like it anymore, and then he went back into it and liked it again. So we would use it in the morning for when I drink coffee, and so I don't like to drink coffee and hold him, so I put him in the rock and play. And then at dinner time, he would just kind of hang out in there while we had dinner, and so it was a lifesaver for me. Another one is a rocking chair. I rocked Wyatt so much. It's the easiest way to make him fall asleep is just to rock him and hold him and sing to him. Easy, easy, easy. The last thing I have on my list, which is such a random newborn must-have, but it's this. It's a pop socket. Like, I'd hold him and he would sleep with me sitting on the couch with him, and I always felt like I was just gonna, like, if my phone just slipped and dropped, like it was gonna smoke him in the head, so I didn't want to do that. So I bought a pop socket so that when I'm holding him, I could just, my phone is secure in my hand. So that was definitely another newborn must-have. So that was it for my newborn must-haves. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. I will see you in my next video. Bye.